Be honest. I actually think I screenshotted it. I'll just read it off if I screenshot it. But long story short, he says, reflect back on the year that just passed. Oh, it's almost what I just said in the intro. Reflect back on the year that just passed and think to yourself, what did happen, what didn't happen, and why. Be honest with yourself. You have to tell yourself the truth on why you didn't get what you were looking for, or else the same thing is just going to repeat itself. What habits did you develop that kept you from hitting the goals you wanted to reach? What things did you let get in the middle of your life that you shouldn't have? People, ideas, things, distractions, social media, binge eating, binge watching, unless it's
Peaky Blinders.
I'm
That's
just
fine.
kidding.
You can binge watch that all you want.
That won't last you long anyway. It's only it's only a few seasons.
5 seasons, 6 episodes per.
So you have to be honest with yourself in doing that, so you can remove that damaged foundation and implement a foundation that's going to actually allow you to grow as far as you plan on growing. Which, if you're listening to this podcast, and that's limitless, my guy, but that's basically what his post was. And so that's what I thought. That's what I was thinking about a lot yesterday. You need just as much as you need that to-do list for next year, like those big things that you want to accomplish, just as important as that list is, you need the other list of what not to do, of what things that you did this year that you cannot let drip into the next year, or else you're going to keep repeating the same cycle, and you're going to continue disappointing yourself until you believe that that's just your identity. And then you're going to just stop setting big ass goals for yourself. You're just not going to be, I know I said it again. You're just not going to be
potty mouth over here.
Yeah. You're not going to have that ambition. You're not going to have that drive, that identity, or that self-belief and that confidence. And that's important no matter what you do, no matter who you are in any walk of life, so that you can just be yourself. Was that bars or what?
That was pretty bars.
Little
Should I
bit
put
of
a
bars?
beat to that when you're talking?
Yeah,
or
you
what?
should.
Which one?
Why are you wearing a beanie? It's Mr. Salbini.
Mr. Salvini. But I would say that I am more Billy Kimba.
You got anything to add to that or what?
Nah. I did want to ask you, so what are your plans going into 2021?
So
they're plans and not goals.
Yeah, so
Bars or no?
bars. So now that I already established that I have just as important as the to-do list, I have a not to-do list. I also, something that would stump me personally, other people aren't like, I think everybody has different advice when it comes to this. For me, this is what works for me, because I'm very, I don't even know if this works for me. I'm just trying it, honestly. But so what I would do was I would set a plan, I would set a goal, and I would set a date, and I would reverse engineer it. And then I would just literally just stick to that plan as well as possible. But when I wouldn't be able to stick to that plan and I would pass that date, like I said, it kind of deteriorates your confidence a little bit, and it stops you from setting not only another goal, but even a bigger goal. You're just literally telling yourself that you can't do that yet, when in reality you can. All the power you hold is within your decision making, and your decision making comes from your mind believing that you're capable of making those decisions. So what I'm trying now, what we've talked about before on this podcast, is David Meltzer talks about this, Russ talks about this, Drake talks about this. So many people talk about this. I'm disconnecting myself from the idea of the construct of time. And I'm literally just setting the foundation so that if I keep hitting this tree with this axe, then eventually it is going to fall. If you give me 8 hours to cut down a tree, I'll spend the first 6 hours sharpening the axe. Just keep hitting that tree, keep sharpening the axe, and before you know it, that axe is gonna be sharp as hell, and that tree is gonna be getting thinner and thinner and thinner, to the point where it's super easy to cut down multiple trees at the same time. So that's my plan for this next coming year, to go even harder on my sales skills,